This is the way you lay out the cards for the 1 year or less making predictions about people in their life. The seven is an indicator card. In other words, you first fill up, there's 12 spaces 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So this is to happen in 1 day, week, or month, or within a month. This is to happen in 3 days, weeks, or months, or within 3 months, and so forth. 7 days, 7 weeks, or 7 months, or within 7 months, any way you want to put it. So we put one card on top of another. Now the 7 is what they call an indicator card. When you hit a 7, you take the very next card. Like in the case of this Queen of Hearts, there was a 7 here, and you take the Queen of Hearts and you put the Queen of Hearts there. Then a 7 came up again, you take the 10 of Diamonds. So we put the 10 of Diamonds here. It's the first card here and the first card there. Then a 7 came up, and you take the King of Spade. So there's the King of Spade, we put that in the first column. Then a 7 came up and we put the 9 of Hearts, and so forth and so on, until you fill all 12 first spots with every card except the 7. Then it takes usually 2 or 3 times to do this, and once you fill the whole first space, when the 7s come out, they're like any other card, you just put them down. So then you wind up with 2 cards. And the first card, the bottom card, this is considered bottom, and this goes over it. Just like this. If this was laid down on as one of the spots, which it's not, the first card would be the 7. But that's not how it works, because the 7's never the first card. But let's say a 10 of clubs with a King of Hearts. Well, the 10 of clubs is the subject matter. That would be a money or a business problem, and it would involve an adult or older male. So that's how we'll read it, but we're going to continue. So now we have a bunch of cards down, and naturally the 7s are never in the first spot, as I explained. So you have your 12 different points, with 7 just being an indicator card, and then after that you can put the 7s down like any other card. So this is the first spot. In 1 day, week, or month, a surprise to hear from or see a female. And hearing from or about the female or having contact with her is the surprise in 1 day, week, or month. And it has red cards around it. It sounds good. And this could also be an October or Libra person, because that's my card for October or Libra. In 2 days, weeks, or months, some future plans that concern an adult or an older male. A little anxiety because it has some dark cards around it, but probably things will work out okay. And that's in 2 days, weeks, or months. In 3 days, weeks, or months, there's some extra money that comes in through the influence of a young male. But sometimes when that comes up, you could also be saving money on something. See, with the court cards, this shows a female, this shows an adult male, this shows a young male. So you get, like, the court cards also indicate kind of age, except for a female. For the females, you got to figure out they never show their age. Now, in 4 days, weeks, or months, because it's in the 4th spot, there's some kind of a business or a change in work or business situation that winds up to be a problem, because you have 2 dark 9s. Now, in this case, the 9 of Diamonds represents extra money, and this is a young male. Now, this is also my March or Pisces card, and the bright future could also be an August or Leo person, because that's my August or Leo people. The way my system works, the black clubs is kind of like fall. And then when it gets even darker, like a spade, it's winter. And when it starts getting to be spring, it's diamonds. And then it gets more brighter, it becomes hearts. Now, in 5 days, weeks, or months, there's a lot of money situation that seems to involve a young male somehow. But also, this is my June or Gemini card. because that's the beginning of what I call the summer season, June, July, August, coming in. It looks pretty good because there's red cards around it, red card on top, and the Queen of Clubs is kind of like a neutral card. In 6 days, weeks, or months, there's some anxiety, and there's some delays in plans that really don't seem to come off very well. Whenever you get the Seven of Spades, it's prolonged delays, and the Eight of Clubs is anxiety, where like the Ten of Hearts is a bright future and things being pleasant. The Seven of Diamonds is like a gift or a surprise, but when it's with the face card, the surprise is hearing from or seeing a person or getting a gift from them, in fact. Now, in 7 days, weeks, or months, hearing about an illness. Now, it doesn't seem to affect the person very much because it's surrounded by red cards, except for this one. So it may be some delayed news around it. But basically, primarily red cards. So usually that means it might not be that close to the person being red. Now, in 8 days, weeks, or months, a couple seems to appear. It could be the reason we know it's a couple, it's different suits. If they were the same suits, they'd be family members, like brother, sister, mother, father, that kind of thing. Now, in 9 days, weeks, or months, there's a change in a place going on. Whenever you have two aces and they're both red, it means a change in location. If they were alternate, they would be undecided change. And if they were black, it would either be a change because of a problem or a temporary change. So two red aces is a change in place. In the 10th spot, you have a family or personal news, a party gathering or get-together, or some wedding news that involves an adult or older male or their family. The news may come from or about them. It's also my November or Scorpio card because we're just getting towards the winter months. You go September, October, November. Now, in the 11th spot, there's some help or consideration that comes from an adult or older male. And the person's either cooperative or nice to you because the Eight of Hearts is cooperation or help. And the King of Diamonds is basically my May or Taurus card. In the 12th spot, which is 12 days, weeks, or months, or within 12 months, there's something the person wants involving either a business situation or a job situation. So it's getting some wish that they have in relationship to a money or a business situation. So when you look at all these cards, the two double cards here are the aces, which are change in place. And we don't really see any other real double card indicators, but let me show you some others. Here's two sevens up here, which is a change in personal plans for the better. There's alternate nines right down here. That means a neutral change in a business situation. Here's two nines, which is a change in business or work for the better. Two black nines, which is a change for the worse, which was similar to what I was saying here. There's another double card. This was the cards we just had. And two tens, which is a change in times, they call it. But when they're red, that's a great change in times. And if you look at the top, an eight of clubs with a nine of spades. Nine of spades is setbacks, and eight of clubs is anxiety. So that wouldn't be good. And the two queens, double queens, is a new friendship. And if you had an ace of diamonds, that's news or message. And the message is about a business or a work situation. That's a problem. Because the 10 of clubs is like a work problem. So on and on. When you see the two jacks alternating, it means somebody doesn't know if they want to be with or around somebody or not, but they're really undecided. And when you get two cards that are the same, like a queen of spade and a king of spade, they're relatives. It's not a man and a wife. They're Could be brother and sister, or father and daughter, because the female card really doesn't indicate age the way a male card does. That with a male card, you get the jack or the king, it shows an age difference. But this is how you read them. Two dark eights is a trip that winds up to meet with delays or disappointments. The black sevens are changes of personal plans with a lot of delays. Alternate sevens, change in plans that's kind of neutral, and so forth and so on. So this is how we lay out the cards. The sevens never go in the first spot, and the biggest subject matter is always the bottom card. It's the most important. It's more important than the rest. This nine of spades is setbacks. This queen of clubs is a female and a surprise, but the female is more important than even the surprise because it's the bottom card. And this is how you read them. And it's very interesting. This gives a lot of things from time and events and circumstances and double card meanings. It's a great way of looking at it.